Alright, what is good, y'all? Back with another YouTube video, and as you guys see in the thumbnail, this video is going to be going over the different styles of trading and how they kind of cater to props and how you can kind of manage in the best way to withdraw the most profit. So, right, there's high RR, low RR, there's like a million different ways and styles of trading, and there's a million different prop firms, and you might be sitting here thinking, how do I know the best way to trade, how many accounts, which accounts? So in this video, I will be helping you and try to give you the best way to manage that and go about it. So, all right, first, let's go over just the styles of trading, right? There's reversal trading, continuation trading. Personally, I trade a continuation. It's what I've always traded, but I know everyone does not trade a continuation. There's bottom tickers, top tickers. There's literally everything, right? So for futures, prop firms, there's definitely multiple different styles, right? So the style that I do is I like to have a lower trade frequency. So this does not mean I'm trading every single trading day, but this does mean I have to size heavier on those trades. So what does that mean, right? I need to get accounts that kind of cater to getting me to allow to still withdraw a lot of profits without trading every single day. Now, what are those? Typically accounts with a no consistency rule, because I'm essentially just trying to catch one or two big trades a week. So if I go and trade a prop account with a 20-30% consistency rule, that will not cater to my trading, right? So this video is pretty much just going to be the best accounts for each kind of style of trading, and in my opinion, what works for me and what works for a lot of other people, which I've seen, right? So let me just go over prop accounts first, or no, I'll go over trading. So, right, me as a continuation trader, and I'll go over that first. So I trade a low frequency, low RR. So I go for certain types of accounts that just need like 5 winning days, like Top Step or Alpha Futures accounts, and have no consistency rule. Key, no consistency rule, because the only way a lower trade frequency trading system works is you need to be able to catch big trades, right? Because if you're not trading every single day, you are not going boom, 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 just getting base hits. You are staying patient, and just waiting for that opportunity to boom, take it with size and get that big trade. And then obviously you just kind of get those winning days and get the payout. Now for more high frequency trading, and this is the other route, right? Because there's only 2 ways to trade. You can either trade every single day, go for multiple trades, and try to catch a trade just non-stop, or you don't, right? So there's not really like in between. It's either you do or you don't. And like I know tons of people that trade the other way and are very successful doing so, right? So you can either trade every single day, going for kind of base hits, maybe $500, $500. You are looking for a trade every single day. And this works very well as well, but with this kind of trading case scenario, it is kind of best you can kind of stack multiple accounts, because as you know, in futures prop firms, there are copy traders, especially on Platform X. There's a built-in copy trader, and it is very useful. So if you trade kind of a higher trade frequency, the best bet to do is just stack accounts. So when you get those little base hits, right, it adds up a lot, right? Let's say you have 5 Top Step accounts, 3 Alpha Futures accounts, 5 Tradify accounts. What is that? 13 accounts. Let's say your $500 trade is not the biggest, but across 13 accounts, it is a lot, right? It adds up. So the 2 different styles, low frequency, high frequency, and it doesn't really matter reversal or like continuation, but like just kind of frequency wise, that is the biggest tell. So let me go into prop accounts. So I personally use Alpha Futures and I use Top Step. I have both used them. Those are really the only firms I have used, and the only 2 firms that I really trust and I know that are very good. So firstly, I'll go over Alpha Futures and which accounts is kind of catering to each trading style. So first, I'll go over the accounts and the way I trade, right? So a continuation, doesn't matter. It can be reversal, continuation, doesn't really matter. But a lower frequency system, the best bet is because obviously you are trying to catch not as many trades, maybe 2 a week, 2 good sized trades. That is a very good, that is a very good week for you, right? So what accounts will cater to that? The best accounts with Alpha Futures are the advanced plan accounts. Why the advanced plan accounts? Because there is no consistency rule. So it's essentially the same as Top Step, but better rules. So it's 5 winning days of $200, and there's no consistency, and you can withdraw once a week. Like I said, 5 trading days in a week. A winning day is $200. You can request every single week, and they have a $15,000 payout cap. $15,000 payout cap, which is literally insane. Like, there's literally not another prop firm that is doing that. Like, Top Step is $5K. It is unreal. So if you are looking to trade a more just aggressively and going for big winning days, the Alpha Futures advanced accounts are the absolute best. The absolute best with drawdown. There's no trailing drawdown when you request. You know, with Top Step, if your balance is 4K, you request, it trails all the way up to 0. Alpha does not do that. So those are your accounts. Those are the accounts that I use currently with Alpha. They're the best rules in the game. They're just literally unbeaten. So if you are looking for accounts with Alpha that kind of cater to a lower trade frequency system, I would go with the advanced. Now, they also have standard and they have zero plan. In my opinion, the standard are also very good. I have requested payouts from the standard, and it's kind of just personal preference, because if you like just not having to go for those scalpy winning days, like I said, the advanced, you need 5 winning days. With the standard, you do not need winning days. The only thing with standard is you need to be under the 40% consistency. So with a 40% consistency really being your only objective, you can just kind of hit those still bigger trades, but still a little bit more base hits, because obviously with the advanced, you can just have one big trade, right? And then you can just kind of get those winning days. So it's kind of just personal preference, but in my opinion, if you trade a lower trade frequency, I would 100% recommend the advanced accounts with Alpha. They have 50K, 100K, 150K, and then it is the same with standard, 50K, 100K, 150K. So if you are kind of have that happy medium with you still like to size on trades, it's a bit of a lower trade frequency, I think the standard and advanced are really good accounts. Really good accounts. Why? Because you can take your trades with size, and you're not so focused on staying under that little consistency rule, and you're able to kind of trade a bit more freely, not having to worry about just constantly staying under that threshold, right? So those are the accounts I would recommend with Alpha if you're going for a lower trade frequency. Now, there is also Top Step, like I said. I trade with 2 firms, Top Step and Alpha, and pretty much Top Step accounts are all really the same. They have 50K, 100K, and 150K. Pretty much the same rules as the Alpha Advanced, just with a little bit worse. Like when you request a payout, like I said, if the balance is at 4K, you request, the trailing drawdown goes all the way up to 0, and you cannot go below 0. That is not the case with Alpha, so that's why I personally prefer the higher size accounts and the Alpha accounts with them. But objectively, they're the same rules, right? 5 winning days of $200, and then boom, you can request with no consistency. So that is why I trade those accounts, for that exact reason, because me and someone who trades every single day, it's a full different thing. So I look for accounts and I look for ways to trade that kind of is easier for me, and that is if I can catch 1 trade a week, two trade a week with a big with like a big amount, then boom, I have ran up the balance and I can withdraw because there's no little consistency I need to stay under. So that is the style I like trading. That is the way I like to trade, and that is what I would recommend to you if you trade similar to me. And as continuation traders, I don't know, but I feel like we have a little bit lower trade frequency because there's really like a reversal every single day, right? So those are the accounts that I would recommend if you are looking for that kind of more free style of trading, right? And like I said, Alpha, Goats, Top Step, I've been using them both for a long time, gotten paid out by both firms, both very reliable. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. If you want a discount on your Alpha accounts, you can use code Jack and they get discounted. Every single account size, by the way. But now for a higher trade frequency system, let's say you trade every single day, like I kind of said this previously, but if you trade every single day, you are more going for base hits and firms and accounts that allow you to just get those boom, 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 boom payout, right? Because you're not really worried about like a consistency rule getting in your way, because you don't go for those big winning days. You're going for base hits. So the accounts I would recommend with Alpha and Top Step for that kind of style of trading is I would recommend the zero plan accounts with Alpha. Why? Because it's very easy to get a payout, really cheap accounts. With the zero accounts with Alpha, there is no consistency on the eval, there is no activation fee, and it is relatively cheap. They have 50Ks and 100Ks, and to get a payout, you need 5 winning days of $200, and you can just literally stack these accounts and they go boom, 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 boom. You can get, and they have a 40% consistency. So that's why. With the consistency, you can just kind of get those base hit trades, and then boom, request, build a buffer, do the same thing. Base hit trades, 500, 500, 500, 500, boom, request, money. So if you have a higher trade frequency, I would recommend trading these 0 accounts with Alpha. Very good accounts, like I said, 50K and 100K is counted with code Jack. And then with Top Step, like I said, they're all relatively the same accounts, but they have 50K, 100K, 150K, and what you can do with them is the max accounts you can trade is 5. So what I would do is you can just stack up 5 50K accounts, which has 2,000 drawdown, and you can kind of trade the same way, right? Just boom, 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 boom. Get 5 winning days of those base hits, request, build a buffer, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. But why I say this and why it's so important is because I feel like a lot of people kind of just go in blindly, not knowing like the way to like approach it, right? Because that kind of used to be me. I had this higher trade frequency, and I would be trading like my funded futures accounts that had like that more so base hit style where it's just boom, 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 boom request, when the style that I traded is a lower trade frequency going for big trades, like, because I personally need around 3 good sized trades to request, right? On Top Step and Alpha, that's essentially like the same thing. So I have a lower frequency, and I was trading accounts that did not cater to my style, which really killed my trading because I would be so impatient, and because of the rules on the firm and like the accounts that I didn't really know, that I was not trading that well, right? So I think this is very important, kind of knowing the style you trade, right? If you, like I said, a higher trade frequency, you are most likely not going to do as well on firms and certain accounts that have just like, okay, let me rephrase that. You are much better getting paid out, and you have a much higher chance of getting paid out a lot more money when you have a higher trade frequency and you're just stacking 50K accounts. Let's say you have 5 Top Step, 3 Alpha, and you can maybe like allocate another firm like My Funded Futures or TradeFi. You're going to be much better and have a much more income coming in if you are able to just hit base hits on all those accounts, right? Now, the other way, like I've said, you are better going on higher size accounts where you have more drawdown and no consistency. That is just the basis, right? Like, one trader that does the opposite is not going to perform, right? So that is just a quick video kind of going over the styles of trading. Just pretty simple, like you guys saw in the thumbnail. High RR, low RR, whatever, high frequency, low frequency. What is best? Prop accounts, like I said, the Alpha accounts and the Top Step accounts. Personally, I recommend Alpha, generally the best prop firm in the space. 15K payout cap, literally the best drawdown, and it does not trail once you request. So goated. And then Top Step, of course, very known in the game. They've been in there forever. Both very trusted prop firms. So those are the 2 I use. I cannot speak on any other because I don't use them, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. And of course, in the description, TikTok, Instagram, if you want discounts with Alpha Futures, code Jack will get you discounted. And if you watch this video today, it is the last day for 25% off all accounts. So if you're watching this right now, go get your account with code Jack. It is in the description. And of course, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.